Rev Mel on TalkingSexRadio.com. The topics are naughty and sexy as hell. So now here's Rev Mel.
Welcome back to TalkingSexRadio.com. We got something really important to show you. You see this little thing? This is a little thing that was taken out of one. You know those claw things that the kids go, boom, 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 and they pick it up and then they boom, 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 and they win it. I hate to tell you guys, if you have parents, this one has a penis. Do you see that? That's as close as I'm going to get to a penis in a long time. Aww. Look at that. Isn't that cute, though?
Oh, fuck you, Mel.
Here you go. To the camera. Just threw it at the camera guy. I meant to throw it to the live audience, but I quite didn't make it. So we're back with our guest, which is Pyro from PKL Industries and Dove from Dove Glass. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we're talking all about glass, okay? I got more questions. Okay. Pyro, how can you tell if it's good quality glass? Is there different quality or quality of glass?
It's really hard to tell the actual quality of the glass without putting it under a boroscope or actually putting it in front of a flame. But in some of the lower quality glass, specifically from like China, for example, some of the borosilica from there, you get streaks in the glass that you can see. There's, lines and air bubbles, and there's obvious, visible points of stress and so on and so forth that you can tell that there's actual, problems with the glass, like differentiation or whatnot. But German glass is generally the best.
It's not good to have bubbles in your glass, right?
Not in Pyrex. Generally, it's you want to do everything you can to avoid having bubbles in the glass.
Okay, you said Pyrex. What other type of glass is there?
Well, the actual chemical compound that you talked about before was being soda lime glass. Is the initial compound for glass. It's sand with soda lime, and it basically the difference with our glass, what we work with is all Pyrex. Both Dove and I, it's the additive of boron or borax, turning it from silica to borosilica, which changes the annealing time.
The what?
The annealing time.
Annealing? Okay.
Yeah, I think that was one of your terms.
That was one of my terms because I have a whole bunch of terminology about different glass.
Yeah, annealing is the process of cooling the glass. So you bring it up to a certain temperature because we rapid heat it most of the time. And then in order to cool it down without causing stress and fractures in the glass, you have to cool it down slowly at a certain rate by hour and soak times at certain temperatures to harden the glass so that it has the full strength and capacity.
And the difference between the glass we use and most glass, like window glass, cups, are the so-called artistic glass that you see the Italians using, that ours has a coefficient of expansion of 33. Everything expands and contracts at a different rate. Everything in the world expands and contracts.
Is it Baccarat glass? Is that the name of the really expensive?
No.
What is the name of that really expensive?
There's a whole, every different company uses their own, Tiffany has their own kind of glass company. There's literally thousands and thousands of glass companies that are high-end glass companies.
So how do you buy this material? I mean, are they in chunks? Are they liquid form? Are they powder form? What is the combination? All of the above.
Yeah.
So it can be a solid form, and then you melt it down?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Most of the stuff you see on the table here, almost everything here is from solid rods that we get in various sizes. Like that toy rack right there, that's a piece of 3/4 inch Pyrex rod in the center with 1/2 inch sticks of cobalt Pyrex rod attached to it and then shaped at the bottom. Yes. Yeah. And so that size is actually the size that it came, only 4 feet long. And I just cut it down and measured it and pieced it together.
Oh, well,
and shaped it.
Colors. Do you add color? Do you buy color dyes to color them, or how is that done?
Well, those sticks, like the cobalt itself, is actually that color, solid all the way through. The glass comes that color.
Some of the colors that I buy are striking colors, and when you get them, they're clear. They might be a light yellowish, brownish color, but as soon as you bring them up to a certain temperature, all the silver that is in the glass, because most color is made with precious metals. You know, cobalt is obviously made with cobalt.
Yeah.
A lot of the reds and pinks and stuff like that is made with gold. Blues and greens and all that is made with silver.
And copper.
And so when you strike it and you bring it to a certain temperature, it starts to reform all the crystal structures from the silver, and then it starts to change a whole bunch of different colors. So it's very hard to repeat over and over and over again, but it gives a really nice effect.
Ambulance are coming for you.
They're coming to get me.
They're coming, yeah. Ooh, they're coming to get ya. So, but you can add, you can put other additives to it to make the glass colors.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Once you start adding a lot of stuff, it actually starts to change the chemical composition of glass. And once you start changing, you know, if you start adding a whole bunch of metal, or, you know, you start adding, you know, other components to it, it changes the coefficient of expansion, and it's now will not work with normal borosilicate glass. So it's not even compatible with itself anymore.
Certain colors are very difficult to work with. A lot of times, for example, a lot of the bright reds, the opaque bright reds and yellows and oranges are made with cadmium, and the blacks are made with manganese, which the two metals don't really like each other.
So they compete with each other?
Well, it changes the coefficient of those colors just a little bit.
They didn't turn my ringer down.
Well.
But
hold on a second. Oh, he's got it. So
but with the color, with those two colors mixed together, like black and red, for example, some of the specific types, there's different reds that will combine with different blacks. But a cadmium red with a manganese black will sometimes sit on the shelf perfect and beautiful for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden you'll pick it up one day and it'll just crumble.
Oh, wow. What?
And it also depends, because there's some colors that, adventuring type colors, you cannot encase them deeply into a piece of clear, because the crystal structure in it continues to grow, and it'll actually just blow the piece up. Yeah, the chrome, and it'll just grow until the piece explodes.
I mean, you see a lot of glass pieces, like glass dildos that are out there that have all the colors in it, and then the end of it has this like starburst or something in the very end of it, or you know.
That's usually dichroic glass.
So it's what?
Dichroic glass.
So what is the difference?
That's a metallic film that's sprayed onto lenses for different lights and cameras, and we've started using it in application with glass, and it's a glittery substance in our application.
All right, you know, we're going to be taking a break, so we'll be right back. So we're back, and we're going to come back and do some time.